History brought to life in the palm of your hand. That's right. University of Oregon and Oregon State University are collaborating on a new web app that shows historical sites around your location. After months of waiting, Vernon Adams is officially named the starting quarterback for the Ducks this football season. After months of waiting and $27,000 later, the Ken Kesey mural is finally getting installed. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and rethink. A new study shows no link between autism and the vaccine that protects against measles, mumps, and rubella. So why are we seeing these conditions? We have this area of high pressure. That's what's been responsible for giving us those clear skies and very warm temperatures well above average. Robbery suspects now in custody after police say they attacked a woman in a Springfield market. Good morning and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, April 22nd, 2015. It is now 6 a.m. and I am Nico. We saw mostly average values for today, and we will continue to see those pretty dry and mild conditions. Intersection safer are in the works with the city of Springfield. As for Lathorpe, well, he may still face some traffic charges for running that red light. 24 hours ago, I was here, and the wind was so strong, it was blowing me over. It actually did blow over our equipment. This August will mark 70 years since the end of World War II, and Oregon is going to celebrate. It's raining right now, David, and it made for a whole lot of this. Wet, soggy leaves clogging up drains all over the city. Not exactly ideal conditions for the folks cleaning up the mess. After a 2.5-month-long investigation, the Lane County District Attorney's Office, along with Springfield Police, have determined that 68-year-old Larry Lathorpe. As you can see, the storm has already caused some areas of localized flooding, and Eugene Public Works says this is just the start. Sergeant Charbonneau says it all happened Sunday night. 24-year-old Kelly Knutson was with her boyfriend, 33-year-old Logan Jackson, right here at the Brick House Strip Club. Before 5:45, they left the strip club, walked across the street to their parked car, and started having sex. They were, quote, too caught up in the moment to realize their activities had caused quite the traffic jam right here in front of the Springfield jail. It's part of a series the artist calls Kindness Art, where he's hanging 10 original pieces of artwork all over the Eugene-Springfield area in the hopes that when someone finds one that speaks to them, they take it home and pay it forward. What was originally meant to be a dense, lush forest is now slowly dying. That's why county officials are removing 60% of these Douglas firs that were planted here nearly 3 decades ago. Janet Norrie and her daughter, Kate Reese, believe it's the distemper virus that's killing feral cats in the Irving Road, Donegal Street area. And they say neglectful owners who don't fix and vaccinate their cats and who abandon their animals are to blame.
You take your child to another neighborhood and just push it out of the car.
And this neighborhood seems to be like a magnet. Like, I don't know, maybe on Yelp. Where do I drop my cat? Yelp, right here.
Reese and Norrie have already watched one cat abandoned in their neighborhood die.
And the person that lives there picked up the dead body and disposed of it.
They're hoping his brother, another feral cat, might somehow survive the highly contagious disease.
He's looking a hell of a lot better than he did yesterday.
Oh, and the day before, I really thought he was going to go.
It's a hard life out there.
Veterinarian Dr. Gail Schroeder says she hasn't seen many recent cases of feline distemper in the area, but the viral infection can spread rapidly between cats.
From grooming each other and sharing food and water dishes and toilet areas.
Reese recognizes the symptoms right outside her door.
He's over there shaking his head and just acting weird. Bloody sputum in its nose, and its eyes were hardly open, and they're really gooey, gooky looking.
They succumb very quickly to it, and unfortunately a lot of them will die from it.
Now the two women are trying to keep their own cats healthy.
Because they know once it starts in an area, it's in the dirt, it's in the grass. You can't get rid of it.
Even if you can think of when you were a little kid and you were sick, would you want to be outdoors in the cold and nobody feeding you?
While watching the disease slowly consume another life.
It does attack their nervous system.
Yeah.
And that must be really painful. It must just make it want to die.
As a cat lover, it really breaks my heart.
There is something you can do to help stop the spread of this deadly disease. If you notice a feral cat problem in your Lane County neighborhood, contact Green Hill Humane Society for free help and information. And remember to schedule a vaccine for your own pet and get it spayed or neutered. Reporting for KVAL News, I'm Lisa Nico. Stoically upon fragrant sawdust, nestled in the heart of the Washburn district, is a fresh carving. For homeowner Nancy Gronfeld, the piece of art is the latest incarnation of a beloved tree and its bittersweet journey more than a century in the making.
I'd do it all again. I'd do it all again. It's brought joy to a lot of people.
It was Nancy Gronfeld who noticed cracks at the base of her tree a few weekends ago.
I knew that wasn't a good sign. Our arborist came out that afternoon and gave us the bad news.
Gronfeld knew she had to do something special with the tree that had watched over her historic home.
They protect the house, they provide shade, they have an infinitely strong spirit.
For more than a century.
It was not easy. It just rips your heart out.
Inspired by chainsaw art around Oregon, she found William Tower, a tree carver from Oak Ridge.
You can't replace an old growth tree, but we can repurpose it and bring it to life in a new way.
In 4 days, Tower transformed the 100-year-old stump into an 8-foot Sasquatch.
Sasquatch has always been personally important to me as a spiritual creature and a totem animal, and it's indigenous to the Pacific Northwest, so it just seemed appropriate. It's just been a positive thing to bring people into our very unique neighborhood.
Neighbors agree.
It's a fantastic town, and these kind of things just make it even better. We need more of this in the communities.
If I had $1 for every car that has stopped and gotten out and taken a picture, I could retire early.
Gronfeld says the unconventional art connects the community.
It's here for everyone to enjoy.
Gronfeld lovingly called the fur Big John and named her new Sasquatch Juanita in its memory. Reporting for KVAL News, I'm Lisa Nico. The people photographed in these pictures seem to be very outdoorsy, climbing, hiking, even just hanging with family. This lost camera documents it all. Backyard barbecues, mountain climbing, hiking the Obsidian Trail, lounging by the Willamette. Memories, moments frozen in time, gone in a flash. The man who found the camera is from Bend. He wouldn't let me record the phone call, but says the camera looks something like this. It's a Sony Cybershot with over 650 pictures on it from all around Oregon. The finder believes this man is the owner. He says the man took dozens of selfies with the camera, which is why he thinks the camera belongs to him. The man says he found the camera around Thanksgiving 2014 in the parking lot of Manly's Tavern near Crescent Lake. He took the camera home, left it on a shelf, and forgot about it. Until last weekend, reinvigorated, the Good Samaritan is turning to news outlets and social media to reunite the lost memories with the people who shared them. Well, this story might just have a happy ending after all. Just a few minutes ago, we got a lead on who this man might be, but I'm still trying to get into contact with the camera owner or any of his friends in those pictures. I'll give you an update though later tonight on KVAL News at 6. Reporting for KVAL News, I'm Lisa Nico. It has been a long journey for the camera and for its owner, a man I've been in contact with for the last month, a man named Moose. Meet Moose.
Everybody calls me Moose.
Moose and his friend Steve Andreessen spend their free time exploring the great outdoors.
Climbed 3 sisters, all 3 in one day. That's something that I don't know anyone else who's accomplished.
If you look up at the 3 sisters like we do every day in this community, you want to say I've been up there.
And documenting adventures with his camera. Not a phone, because he doesn't have one.
That's because he's frugal on steroids. The only food he actually eats is sunflower seeds.
A little bit of exaggeration there.
We like to get around each other a little bit.
I don't have a lot of things that people have that people think is mandatory, but a simple life. I have enough communication with everybody I need.
Also captured on the camera his time with seniors and veterans.
I volunteer for the Veterans of Portland. It's really something that you get a lot more out of it than you give.
He's actually a humble man when it comes right down to it. He's not the kind of person to talk about himself or talk about his accomplishments. That's primarily because there are so few.
There are so few. I was wondering who was going to say it, him or me.
Tuesday,
Is this what was missing?
Moose was reunited with those memories.
It's the one bit of technology and a treat I have given myself is a camera. Oh, it's even in the case. Look at that. With the 10-cent garage sale tag on it, I'll be darned.
And eager to make some new ones.
I'm going to see if it works, guys. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Another memory on an old camera with a new friend.
I think that requires a picture of us.
All right. Moose says he plans to call the man who found the camera, Cliff, to say thank you. He'll be using a friend's cell phone. Reporting for KVAL News, I'm Lisa Nico. And I'm Lisa Nico. Thanks for joining us for KVAL News at 11. Our top story tonight. More rain clouds and raindrops. Along with raindrops comes a drop in the temperatures as well. Take a look at the satellite and radar composite. You can see we do still have those residual sprinkles falling, and those will continue to fall throughout the day and into about midnight. Temperatures for your weekend, but say goodbye to that because we're going to be back to our seasonal values for the remainder of the week.